Hello, Mr. Hardy here, and in this video I would like to teach you about Act 5, Scene 6 of Macbeth by Shakespeare. As per usual, you need to be familiar with this scene. You may have read it, listened to it, watched it, or studied it before, and you're using this video for revision or to gain a deeper understanding. Again, I'll start by summarising the plot. We'll then explore the key characters, themes, context, quotes and techniques in turn, and I'll leave you with a couple of tasks you can do after the video to solidify your understanding. So, what happens in this incredibly short scene? Well, in Act 5, Scene 6, Malcolm, Macduff, Seward and the rest of the English army arrive at Macbeth's castle. Malcolm gives some battle instructions to his soldiers. Seward and Macduff, in turn, give a pep talk to sort of rally the soldiers and motivate them. And then the battle commences at the end of this scene. So in this scene, our key characters are Malcolm, and he shows that he's a great military tactician. He gives really clear instructions about how he wants the battle to play out, and he shows good kingship. Actually, the scene is so short, I can read to you what Malcolm says. He says, "Now near enough your leafy screens throw down, and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon's what else remains to do, according to our order." So he's dividing his army into Seward and himself and Macduff, and he's giving clear instructions as to how he wants the battle to progress. But not only that, he sort of compliments his soldiers. He says, "Worthy Macduff, worthy uncle." He refers to "my cousin." So again, he's showing good kingship, not only as a military tactician, but how he relates to those people he has in positions of power in his army. We have Seward, who comes across as a very professional soldier throughout, and this scene is no different. This is what Seward says. "Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight." And what he's basically saying is we will fight to the death. Either the tyrant, Macbeth, will lose his power tonight, or we will all die trying. Again, very professional soldier, very committed. We also have Macduff in this scene, and he is presented as seeking revenge. Macduff says, "Make all our trumpets speak, give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death." And here's the final two lines of the scene, and it's a rhyming couplet, which is a typical technique Shakespeare uses to end off the scene, and we have breath and death rhyming. And we get a bit of foreshadow here with being a harbinger, a messenger of blood and death. The audience knows what's to come. Someone is being bloodied and someone is dying. And since the play is the tragedy of Macbeth, I think at this stage it's pretty clear to work out who is being bloodied and who is dying. Thematically, we have the theme of power here, and power struggle has been seen throughout the whole of the tragedy of Macbeth. And here the power struggle really centres around fighting for the Scottish throne, the future of Scotland, fighting that the right person has power over the throne. And this is a message that Shakespeare wanted to get across to his audience, that the person God puts in charge of the throne, in charge of a country, should be the person on the throne. And he's doing this to curry favour with King James. We also have this theme of revenge. Macduff naturally wants revenge on Macbeth. Remember, Macbeth had ordered for assassins to kill Macduff's wife and children. So naturally, Macduff is hoping to avenge his dead family and kill Macbeth himself. Contextually speaking, I want to return to this idea of kingship, the qualities that make a good king. Have a pause and have a think about King Duncan's rule and compare that to Macbeth's rule. They were two completely different kings. King Duncan was described as having gold and silver qualities, and that he had virtues, and angels heralded and pleaded for him. Whereas Macbeth's rule was sort of summarised by the howling of wolves, eternal darkness, widows and orphans crying out, a real negative influence he had over Scotland. They're quite chalk and cheese, they're complete opposites. Now compare their reigns to the promise that Malcolm shows. We know that Malcolm's a bit wiser than his father, King Duncan, because he didn't immediately trust Macduff. He made Macduff do a trust test. And we know that King Duncan maybe wasn't the best military tactician, because he was being attacked at the beginning of the play on two fronts, by King Sweno and by the traitorous MacDonald and the traitorous Thane of Cawdor. But Malcolm shows he has good military tactics, and he's able to instruct his soldiers and his commanders to do what he wants them to win a battle. I think there's a lot of promise that Malcolm shows for being the best king Scotland has had yet. There's a few key quotes in this very short scene. Your leafy screens throw down. Malcolm says this. This is quite a clear imperative, a command sentence. Throw down your screens, go and do battle. This is the sort of authority you would expect from a king. And Macduff ends with this blood and death, this imagery of blood and death, both of which are sort of thematic and symbolic within the play, and it foreshadows what's to come, the ultimate climax of the play. So you can make some notes from this video on a copy of the play. You can also answer the question, which character in Macbeth has the best kingship qualities? Now here you've got three characters to choose from. You've got King Duncan, who was king at the beginning of the play. You've got Macbeth, who was king during the middle of the play. And you've got Malcolm, who will be crowned king at the end of the play and is the rightful heir to the throne. Who do you think has the best qualities to be a leader? And as you're writing this, why do you think Shakespeare has included these qualities? How do they relate to King James I and Shakespeare currying favour with him? So if you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for the rest of my Macbeth analytical videos, and feel free to leave a comment if you think I missed anything out. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you on the next one.